Warstoneers, and welcome to the Warstone Chronicles. This is Alfie as usual, and in this video we have a tutorial for you. In this case, how to make bases with Crackle Paint. What I like to do with them is bases for Dark Legion. So let's watch the tutorial. So here we have our base. The only thing that I've done here is I've put a little bit of cardboard here to cover the slit with super glue, and then I've covered everything with PVA. If you want, you can use filler or or green stuff, just to get rid of the slit, or skip this step entirely if the base is doesn't have a slit. Okay, so the first thing that we need to do is use a little bit of primer. Okay, and we're going to go with red. Then the primer has dried, so what we're going to do is simply go for a second coat. You could cover the whole thing with a little bit of filler, or put the like green stuff or something like that, as I said earlier. But I would not really recommend doing that, because essentially the crackle paint that we're going to use is going to stick to it, and then when it crackles, it might lift the filler. Okay, once the primer is dry, we're going to use a stippling brush, and we're going to light touches of first burnt red, and then we're going to gradually add orange, just clear orange, just to create a little bit of a random pattern. Okay, so no particular way of doing this. Okay, just here and there. Like so. Okay, you can play a little bit with red as well. We can as I have added a little bit of red primer and everything. It is just to play around with shades, so it's not too flat, too flat a color. Okay, and now we'll just let it dry. Now here comes a little interesting tip, to help the crackle paint crackle open up a little bit better. Okay, it's just to use a little bit of gloss varnish, okay, before we apply the crackle paint. Okay, so we do that, we let it dry, and then we'll be able to go for our crackle paint. Okay, so now as you can see, the varnish is dry and it's very shiny. Okay, but that'll help create like a layer where the crackle paint won't stick as much to the surface, and therefore crackle a little bit more. Okay, so talking about crackle paint, we're going to use black crackle paint. I'm going to use the Citadel, okay, because it's the only one that I could find here, but anyone will do. Any good crackle paint will do. If you have no choice, you can always use crackle medium, things like that, but I find this type of paint works much better. Okay, and very simply, all we have to do is get a very good glob of it all over the base. Okay, the more the better. Okay, because the more paint we add, the thicker the coat, the more it'll crackle, and the more effective the effect will be. Okay, so we just do that as much as we possibly want. Now the base is going to take like I would allow like maybe a couple hours to fully dry, but we can always use a hair dryer to help us with the process. there you go. It's not even completely dry, and you can see how much it has cracked. Okay. Once it's dry, you know, it's very important to actually coat the whole thing with a little bit of, you can use either glaze medium or, you know, diluted PVA or even matte varnish. I would recommend matte varnish to kill the, you know, the shine, you know, from the gloss varnish that's underneath. Okay, but that way it'll protect all the wee cracks, and, you know, we'll have a, you know, a full base, you know, with no gaps in it. Okay, so that's more or less the effect that we are going for. Okay, so now it would only be a case of, you know, polishing up, retouching up, you know, the lid, you know, the sides of the base, and let it dry completely. Okay, and that's essentially the tutorial. That's how we make dark legion bases. And this is the final result. Right guys, so there you have it. That's how I like to make my Crackle Paint bases. Okay, as I said, you know, it's generally for dark legion units. Okay, but the sky's the limit. Really, you can use your imagination. So you can maybe dry brush them. You can add tufts or something like that, you know, to add a little bit more depth to them. Or, you know, you can change the base color, whatever you want for it. Okay, so that will be the video. Thank you so much for your view. Please consider subscribing and liking and sharing the video to support the channel. And watch this space, because hopefully we'll be able to give you more updates on the new version of Warzone by Resnova. So, news on this channel. Alright, see you in the next video. Have a good one. Keep Warzoning.